Be not dismayed, O peoples of the world, when the day star of my beauty is set, and the heaven of my tabernacle is concealed from your eyes. Arise to further my cause, and to exalt my word amongst men. We are with you at all times, and shall strengthen you through the power of truth. We are truly almighty. Whoso hath recognized me will arise and serve me with such determination that the powers of earth and heaven shall be unable to defeat his purpose. And that was from Gleanings of the Writings of Baha'u'llah, page 137. The ancient beauty hath consented to be bound with chains, that mankind may be released from its bondage, and hath accepted to be made a prisoner within this most mighty stronghold, that the whole world may attain unto true liberty. He hath drained to its dregs the cup of sorrow, that all the peoples of the earth may attain unto abiding joy, and be filled with gladness. This is the mercy of your Lord, the compassionate, the most merciful. We have accepted to be abased, O believers in the unity of God, that ye may be exalted, and have suffered manifold afflictions, that ye might prosper and flourish. He who hath come to build anew the whole world, behold how they that have joined partners with God have forced him to dwell within the most desolate of cities. And that was from Gleanings of the Writings of Baha'u'llah, pages 99 to 100. My God, my Master, my highest hope, and the goal of my desire, thou seest and hearest the sighing of this wrong one from this darksome well, which the vain imaginations of thine adversaries have built, and from this blind pit, which the idle fancies of the wicked among thy creatures have digged. By thy beauty, O thou whose glory is uncovered to the face of men, I am not impatient in the troubles that touch me in my love for thee, neither in the adversities which I suffer in thy path. Nay, I have, by thy power, chosen them for mine own self, and I glory in them amongst such of thy creatures as enjoy near access to thee, and those of thy servants that are wholly devoted to thyself. And that's from Baha'u'llah, from Prayers and Meditations, pages 278 to 279. As my tribulations multiplied, so did my love for God and for his cause increase, in such wise that all that befell me from the hosts of the wayward was powerless to deter me from my purpose. Should they hide me away in the depths of the earth, yet would they find me riding aloft on the clouds, and calling out unto God, the Lord of strength and of might. I have offered myself up in the way of God, and I yearn after tribulations in my love for him, and for the sake of his good pleasure. Unto this bear witness the woes which now afflict me, the like of which no other man hath suffered. Every single hair of mine head calleth out that which the burning bush uttered on Sinai, and each vein of my body invoketh God, and saith, O would I had been severed in thy path, so that the world might be quickened, and all its peoples be united. Thus hath it been decreed by him who is the all-knowing, the all-informed. and that was Baha'u'llah from Epistle to the Son of the Wolf, pages 52 to 53. The praise which hath dawned from thy most august self, and the glory which hath shone forth from thy most effulgent beauty, rest upon thee, O thou who art the manifestation of grandeur, and the King of eternity, and the Lord of all who are in heaven and on earth. I testify that through thee, the sovereignty of God and his dominion, and the majesty of God and his grandeur were revealed, and the day stars of ancient splendor have shed their radiance in the heaven of thine irrevocable decree, and the beauty of the unseen have shone forth above the horizon of creation. I testify moreover that with but a movement of thy pen, thine injunction, be thou, hath been enforced, and God's hidden secret hath been divulged, and all created things have been called into being, and all the revelations have been sent down. I bear witness, moreover, that through thy beauty, the beauty of the adored one hath been unveiled, and through thy face, the face of the desired one hath shone forth, and that through a word from thee, thou hast decided between all created things, causing them who are devoted to thee to ascend unto the summit of glory, and the infidels to fall into the lowest abyss. I bear witness that he who hath known thee hath known God, and he who hath attained unto thy presence have attained unto the presence of God. Great therefore is the blessedness of him who hath believed in thee and in thy signs, and hath humbled himself before thy sovereignty, and hath been honoured with meeting thee, and hath attained the good pleasure of thy will, and circled around thee, and stood before thy throne. Woe betide him that hath transgressed against thee, and hath denied thee, and repudiated thy signs, and gainsaid thy sovereignty, and risen up against thee, and waxed proud before thy face, and hath disputed thy testimonies, and fled from thy rule and thy dominion, and been numbered with the infidels, whose names have been inscribed by the fingers of thy behest upon the holy tablets. Waft then unto me, O my God and my beloved, from the right hand of thy mercy and thy loving kindness, the holy breaths of thy favours, that they may draw me away from myself and from the world unto the courts of thy nearness and thy presence. Potent art thou to do what pleaseth thee. Thou truly hast been supreme over all things. The remembrance of God and his praise, and the glory of God and his splendour rest upon thee, O thou who art his beauty. I bear witness that the eye of creation hath never gazed upon one wronged like thee. Thou wast immersed all the days of thy life beneath an ocean of tribulations. At one time thou wast in chains and fetters. At another thou wast threatened by the sword of thine enemies. Yet despite all this, thou didst enjoin upon all men to observe what had been prescribed unto thee by him who is the all-knowing, the all-wise. May my spirit be a sacrifice to the wrongs thou didst suffer, and my soul be a ransom for the adversities thou didst sustain. I beseech God by thee, and by them whose faces have been illumined with the splendours of the light of thy countenance, and who, for love of thee, have observed all whereunto they were bidden, to remove the veils that have come in between thee and thy creatures, and to supply me with the good of this world and the world to come. Thou art in truth the Almighty, the most exalted, the all-glorious, the ever-forgiving, the most compassionate. Bless thou, O Lord my God, the divine lote tree and its leaves, and its boughs, and its branches, and its stems, and its offshoots, as long as thy most excellent titles will endure, and thy most august attributes will last. Protect it then from the mischief of the aggressor and the hosts of tyranny. Thou art in truth the Almighty, the most powerful. Bless thou also, O Lord my God, thy servants and thy handmaidens who have attained unto thee. Thou truly art the all-bountiful, whose grace is infinite. No God is there save thee, the ever-forgiving, the most generous. And that was the Tablet of Visitation by Baha'u'llah from Prayers and Meditations, pages 310 to 313.
Thank you.